All right, y'all. Hold on to your seat. We really about to step into some territories that's really lightly touched. Like it's not a lot of people talking about it. It's the family issues. Tamar da 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 Braxton family values. I'm watching that first season when they first came out. And this is not what I wanted to start talking about, but it just happened to flow with this. So rock with me, okay? It's gonna all make sense. I started looking, I don't know how. One of them just came down my timeline. And I was like, hell yeah, I do remember watching that. That was a good ass show. It was very confusing because I didn't know anything about them except Tony. So the only reason why people watched the show was because Tony. You know what I mean? Tony's energy. She pulled all of that traffic. But in the end, who got the gold medal? Who got the first prize? Who got the accolades and whatever? No shade to Tony. She got her shit. She got her Grammys and her Tonys and her whatever. You know what I mean? And I don't even know if Tony is the right one. There's so many fucking awards. Hell, I don't know which one is for TV, acting. I don't know all that shit. Singing. Okay. I'm saying all this to say follow me, okay? Well, no, you ain't fucking gotta follow me. Click the fuck off if you want to. This is shit. But what I'm saying is, the topic of this is sibling rivalry, civilian rivalry. What was the other word I thought of? Sibling? No. Yeah, civilization. Yes, civilian. That's what a civilian is. Someone who's supposed to be fucking civilized. Anyway, I digress. But anyway, sibling, however the fuck you say it, rivalry. And now it makes sense because we've seen Tamar out there in the spotlight. And she holding her own and she jazzy, she fiery, but she can fucking sing. That's the problem. She can really fucking sing. Okay, because I'm on this topic, I'm gonna just keep going because what I came here to talk about was not her, but since I'm here, let's just chill for a minute. Sibling rivalry. I'm looking at these old ass tapes. You know they was on VHS the way they was recorded. Or maybe lightweight starting out with the CDs and shit, you know, putting the movies and films and shit on CD. Before it was just music. Now it's that, you know, where the resolution is 487 between in there. It wasn't 1080 yet. You know what I mean? The shit is real choppy. But you can see the faces. You got to look really, really clear to separate Tamar from Tawanda. Well, Tawanda got features all by herself. Like she can fit with Eric. She can look like everybody, but she looked like her damn self. And I love her bald head. I ain't even watching the show. Maybe that's why it is coming down because I guess they started a new season or some shit. Hey, I look down 333. Maybe that's what the fuck it is. I don't know. But she looks good in her bald head. It looks like her. She looks very androgynous, but very beautiful at the same time. Like she always stood out. Like this is her. Anyway, Tamar, Trina, Tracy, and Tony. They all look the same. Like Trina looks different from them, but she looks like one, but she looks like the other. She looked like them all. You know what I mean? Everybody look like everybody. Fuck it. But what I'm saying is, in the videos, I'm not trying to get too personal, in my opinion, but they was performing. I didn't even know that until this last past week when I looked at a couple of videos. And I'm like, wait a minute, they've been singing that damn long. And I was like, okay. So it made sense on the very first episode when Tamar was going off about not wanting to be Tony's backup singer no more. That ain't what I'm here for. She knew her purpose. She knew her mission. That's why she never stopped fighting. Okay, it's two incidences with this. So she was like, they was trying to go over the routine and she was mad. She was like, man, what are y'all doing different? We doing the same shit we was doing when we was 14 years old. Ha! I fell out laughing because this is the first episode. So when you see her and you don't know her, you think she being a brat. You think she's being this. And you think Tamar always had the oomph. Like literally, I'm looking at these old shows, these old tapings, and she was always the one that would sing, but she would be very dramatic when she would come out. Even at 14, she would be very dramatic when she takes the mic or when she sashaying across the stage in front of everybody. She was doing a Bobby Brown, or she was doing a what's the one with the Temptations where he always sliding and shit. That was Tamar. That's an energy, okay? Tamar has always been the spotlight. Toni is more reserved. She's more laid back. And if Tamar would have went in the industry, she probably would have bit the apple or not. Maybe she was shielded. Maybe she was, like a lot of chosen ones are been hidden in the background for the longest time, always been backup singers, always supporting our family, always supporting everybody else. But when it's our turn, it's a fucking problem. She had to fucking fight for that position. And she is rightfully there because the bitch can sing. Like she was the one holding the Braxtons when it was just the three, Trina, Tamar, and Tawanda. Now don't shade, Trina can sing too. Fuck, she was very controlled in her voice. And so was Tracy. And no shade if they ever listened to this. Tawanda was the lowest of the register. She wasn't that polished, if you will. That's why she ended up being the assistant to Toni, which is very rightful because she was good at that shit. You know what I mean? Like everybody ain't supposed to be doing the same fucking thing. Back to the fucking topic at point. The sibling rivalry. Who's to say that Toni didn't block Tamar from ever making it? Because I'm looking at another episode, or was it on the first episode, and Tamar is upset with Vincent because she's like, wait a minute, hold up. You giving Toni this, that, private jets, any fucking thing she wants. She can call you at 2 o'clock in the morning. All right, Toni, I got it. And he's on it. Lady Gaga was his number one artist. She was a number one, I guess, at the time, or whatever the fuck. She would call at 2 o'clock in the morning. Interrupting the queen while she's sleeping. You know what I mean? Like, it was no respect for Tamar. Even though she was part of the Braxtons, she wasn't being respected as the wife. They just did whatever the fuck. But that's what you sign up for because he's a producer. That's what he does. He got to do those things. But he should be able to control that shit at the front door. Have somebody else call somebody else before they get to Vince. You see what I'm saying? Waking him up out. He's the fucking producer. Now, I don't know who's higher than that, but fuck, whatever. Y'all shouldn't be bothering the producer as the assistant and the assistant to that and the secretary to that. That's a fucking chain of command. What, you just need your room changed? Why are you calling Vince at 1 o'clock in the morning because you at somewhere and they fucking up your... That's why you call the assistant. They can make the decisions. But they was taking advantage of Tamar. Okay, this is not all about the Braxtons. Okay, trust me, I'm going somewhere. And so Tamar is like, wait a minute, you busting your ass, you breaking your neck, you sacrificing the family, you doing this, you doing that, you doing that. But what about me? What about me? Your wife is talented. Your wife she's not a fucking trophy that's a beard to stand on your shoulder to make you look good. No, bitch, I got goals too. And that's where the separation came. That's where the break came, because she thought she was gonna get married to the producer, but she was still acting baby like I want. You know what I mean? But it was rightfully so. If you're a fucking producer, why not put your damn family out there like everybody else? Toby and Wigway. I will keep saying his name. And I know he ain't the first, and I know he ain't gonna be the last, but I love how he did it. He bought his wife out from the behind the scenes Even though they was dating and they had to, get married and all that. But every time she got pregnant, they showcased that in the video. She was still doing her part. She was singing that song. Oh my God. Oh, the one when they're in the football stadium and they got on the mint green and she go in. And I love that part. I can't think of it right now, but I love that. It's a remix to another song. And they up the beat. Oh, I love that version. As 100,000 or some shit like that. Anyway, I digress again. So Tamar is like, wait a minute, hold up. You doing Tony number? She's on top of her game. Lady Gaga, Tony was on top of her game in the 90s. But anyway, let me see. And I'm laying next to you. I'm giving you babies. I'm doing it. Well, no, they didn't have no baby yet. They ain't have Junior yet. But I'm your wife. Let me say that again. I am your wife. This is like that Lucy and Desi Arnaz situation. Lucy always wanted to be on stage, but Ricky would never let her. She would always have to audition just like everybody else. You're going to have to prove that you deserve this spot. But Tamar been singing all her fucking life, and he gives her a fucking contract and say, you ain't signed the contract. She's like, nigga, I'm your wife. Fuck all that. I'm your wife. That should be enough right there. You the fucking president, and you gonna make me sign a piece of paper. It's business, baby. I get both sides, trust me. But what I'm saying is going back to the sibling rivalry. What if you are Tony and you can sing, but you can't sing like Tamar? Tamar got a voice. And she said, I be goddamn, I'll do whatever the fuck I gotta do to get this voice out here. She's on all the talk shows and this and that and all that. She acted a damn ass. I guess that's what she had to do to stand out. But she was always like that. That's the problem. The people that's the divine beings, the chosen ones, the star seeds, the crystal babies, the indigo babies, the indigo childs, whatever the fuck names we want to put on it, Gen XYZ, all that shit. We always stood out for some fucking reason. Whatever it is. You could have been the firstborn and your sibling got mad at you because of that. But they ain't understanding that you're Joseph and you got sent away and had to learn some other shit. See, they don't know what you learned out there. When the prodigal son came back home, he came back home already crowned. Some of us had to come back home and deal with some bullshit. And now they see that the crown rightfully belongs on our head. Don't trip off of what you have and what you don't have, because some of you who got it gonna lose it the same way you got it. If you stole somebody's inheritance, Jacob, Esau, Cain, Abel, cannibal, whatever the fuck, you eating a whole nother person's body. You just inhabiting their whole everything, their whole essence, so they can't be no longer in existence. Some of this shit got to end. This is where the problems is. It's not with your husband. It's not with your wife. It's not with your mama. Sometimes it be with your own siblings, because they over there fucking around with the fuck around because they mad because they see that you got the light. Why is everybody always giving them something? Why is everybody always letting them go first? Why is everybody else? But they don't realize you was the first one to get your ass whooped. Get yelled at first because your mama didn't know how to raise a child, so she punching you in your fucking face. Not my mama. I'm just saying, I'm saying when I grew up and I saw women doing that to their sons because they trying to be the mama and the daddy. You punching your son in the chest because of what? And he's looking at you like God. And you punching him in his fucking chest like a man and saying, take it, don't cry. These men are fucked up because of these goddamn women trying to be, I'm every woman. Oh, this kind of energy, you know? I'm your superwoman. Hey. Dun, dun, dun. You know the rest. I know I get jazzy. I know my singing is not the best, but I love to sing. It's an energy. People who don't sing because they mad, they afraid of how they. I used to go through that because people used to always say to me, "Oh, you think you can sing?" No, bitch. I like to sing. It ain't that I think I can sing. I feel good when I sing. Literally. No matter how it sounds, you know when you fucking up and you hitting that harsh ass off, way off key ass no, you in choir. You in choir. This is me because I like to sing. I'm in choir and we in rehearsal and everybody can basically sing. But because my voice is loud, I have a very powerful, strong voice. Oh, and I was singing, but I was way the fuck off key because I ain't never sung with nobody before. I ain't never sung in the choir. Well, I sung in the choir as kids and plays and shit like that, but not as an adult on my own choice, you know. Oh man, we hit this one note, and I'm They was like, who the fuck is that? They didn't say that because I was so loud over the music. He stopped it right on time. And he was like, who is that? He made every section sing, the alto sing, the sopranos and the bass and the baritone, whatever. I'm in the altos. I thought I could hide because I know I'm too loud. My voice ain't high enough to be in the sopranos, and it ain't deep enough because I'm still So I thought I could hide in the altos. So when it got to the altos and we had to sing a part, he was like, "Who is that?" Everybody pointed at me. Oh, I was so embarrassed. Well, shit. He was like, "Look, you're going to have to get in the back." You in the front. I was in the front. So my voice, if the church heard it, they would, because you know, that first row, those are the most powerful singers. They're in the front. I didn't know. I'm at rehearsal. Shit, that was the only seat that was left. You know what I mean? What the fuck? And I'm on the end. Oh, God, they can hear all of that. You know what I mean? So to make a long story short, I'm doing my thing and it is what it is. It has gotten better over time, but I ain't gonna never say I ain't never seen myself on stage, but whatever. Okay, break time. I'm drinking, I'm coughing. So Tamar has to prove herself. A lot of us are in that, was in that, having to prove ourselves. You're the prodigal child, not the prodigal son, or you can be the SUN to the family. Yes, the prodigal son. You're bringing in the sun, right? Where it was darkness, you're bringing light. They sent you away because you was too fucking bright. They knew you was going to be something great, so they had to send you away. In my case, I went to the fucking military and learned some shit they don't even know what the fuck I know. I came back home with all this goddamn information and goddamn tactical skills and how survival skills and all this other. They don't know none of this shit I know. And now it's needed because people are drowning in their karma because of all the fucked up shit they was doing. Joseph, wasn't it his brothers that was trying to kill him? This sibling rivalry goes deeper than just, oh, you're the firstborn. Oh, you're the first one in the family to be a doctor. You're the first one in the family to become a millionaire. Or you're the only one in the family that, see, it's the first or the only. Those two different, it's the same category, but it's, some of them can be two. They could be the first and the only. You get an NBA contract. Your father wanted to go on an NBA. He never made it. He busted his knee. He busted his ankle. He busted something. And he couldn't make it. So he put it all on you. And you wanted to do it. Not that he pushed you to do it, but you did it because you wanted to be there. That was like a fucking goal. You know what I mean? Of yours. You got not only drafted, but number one draft pick. And you're the only one that made it into the NBA. Can you imagine a lot of your family members signing up to go into the military and then don't? You're the only warrior in your family. You're the only one that stood out and did what others could not do, would not do. You know what I mean? So now they seeing who you really are. Just because I was in the NBA, that don't mean I ain't got no other skills. You don't know what I was doing out there on that road when we was doing what we was doing. A lot of it may seem like, oh, everybody was out at war, everybody was fighting. No, nigga, we was chilling. I'm talking about the NBA players who wasn't out there just fucking around with the fuck around. They was saving their money, building here, buying this, growing this, preserving this, cultivating this, giving back to the community. They was doing they shit. So when shit hit the fan, it's like, damn, Kwame, I thought you would be broke, busted, and disgusted because of all the fucked up shit that they did to you when you came into the NBA. I saw it. I didn't understand it. I was like, why is they doing this young man like that? And he looked so sad because he's like, all I want to do is fucking play. And y'all fucking with me. All I want to do is sing. And y'all fucking with me. All I want to do is be on TV. And y'all fucking with me. All I want to do is be the best I can. And y'all fucking with me. What in the fuck? This sibling rivalry, whether it's to, excuse me, the youngest to the oldest. Jealous of your siblings or Sybil. What is it? What is the fucking word? Sybil. Yeah, your Sybil. You jealous of your Sybil. What in the fuck is wrong with you? How you gonna try to take somebody else's inheritance? How you gonna steal the seat to the throne? Because you think, oh, because I'm the firstborn or because of this and that and all. No. It goes to the one who rightfully did the work and didn't do no fuck shit along the way. It don't necessarily have to go to the oldest or the youngest. It could be the middle child, the one that really get left out. Because the youngest is trying to prove themselves and the oldest is like, nigga, I've been there. Sit down. Shut up. Shit. You know what I mean? And the middle is like, where do I fit in? I'm older than the youngest, but I'm younger than the oldest. You know what I mean? It's like, where do I fit in? I'm the middle child. That's like the auntie. Just because we don't have any children, we technically can't say nothing to a child or to a baby in a motherly, that the fuck. I don't give a damn who child it is. If you don't sit your ass down, where's your mama? Hey, let me tell you this story, okay? This is back in 2009, and if this woman ever hear this story, she know who she is. She had 5 boys. They was good. They was hood. They was about that life. She was down for him and he was down for her, and they had these babies, okay? But this youngest one, he was like, when he started coming to the church I was going to, I think he was like maybe 3, 4, 5. So yeah, he was still young. Because if he was 5 and 6, hell no, because he know better. So he was like 2, 3, 4, some shit like that. And because they family fight, I'm not saying the mother and the father, but these is boys. So boys fight all the time. So when we in church and they just somehow or fucking another, the church is crowded. And the row I'm on, just sometimes it just be empty. That's just me. It be empty, right? And then here come the family. They always somehow find, it don't be empty. It be like maybe 2 or 3 on the whole pew when you can fit 10 to 15, depending on how big the pew is, where people can sit comfortably. 20 people, shit, I don't know. But this pew, it only had like, you know how some pews throughout the church, they have just open spots where it just be like, just a whole row, or maybe one person or 2 or 3 or whatever, and you got a whole family. See, like, you can't just sit anywhere when you got a whole big ass family. You gotta find an empty row when you got your whole fucking family, right? So he was my man. Oh my God, he was my man. The little boy was my man. He was handsome. This is the kind of family where the little boys would either have braids or they would have their hair pressed out, like in a shag, slick to the back, because that's how the father used to wear his hair. And that's how it is what it is. But they was dope as fuck though. I love that family. But anyway, and this is how I started hanging out with them, because of this young boy, this young man, this child, this baby. And so when we get in church, the mama would stand next to me. You know, of course, she stands next to me, not the husband and the boys and all that. No, the mama stand there because we was cool, you know. But her son, for some reason, when we standing up doing prayer, you know, or maybe offering, and you got to stand up and walk around. This is one of those kind of churches. Now they just pass you the plate. So I know I'm taking long to get to the story, but I'm coming. So we standing there enjoying the music, you know, whatever the music is, we jamming. And next thing you know, I feel a punch. The fuck? That fucked me all up. This little nigga punched me. Wham! You know, he's standing at my right side. So he's standing in between me and the mother. So he's standing and he go wham, right on my ass. He trying to hit me on the thigh or the knee or cause he down that low, you know what I mean? He gotta reach up kinda, you know what I mean? Cause he's a little man. Why is you hitting me on my ass though? Okay. I said, boy. That's a natural reaction. I'm not about to hold that in. Look, girl, your son just popped me one. And she was like, girl, I know he be hitting everybody. I said, you better tell him. He keep fucking hitting me. I'm gonna hit his ass back. I'm telling you now. So she moved him over to the other side. And that was the end of that ceremony or that service. So then another service come and again, and this happened more than once. It happened like 2 times. So by the 3rd time, I punched his little ass back. The mama standing right there. I said, I told you. I said, this little motherfucker hit me again. I'm going to hit his ass back. And so he's on my right side. And I take my right hand with the 4 fingers with my right hand, not with the thumb. And I just tap him on his left shoulder. Kind of forceful, but not to hurt him. To jar him a little bit. Because he kept fucking hitting me. I'm not going to let you keep fucking hitting me now. I don't give a damn who you are. The fuck? And it shook him. It kind of scared him. And she looked down and I looked at her dead in her fucking face. Yes, I hit him. I said something like I hit him. And she snickered. And she knew he was doing it. And she knew I didn't hurt him. So he looked all sad and shit like I hurt his feelings. Come to fucking find out, months had went by. You know, we still cool and everything. And I would still talk to him. Hey, my baby. Hey, my man. Come to find out this little boy liked me. I didn't know that. I didn't know. See, this is the shit that men do. Even back in elementary. Do you like me? Yes or no? You got to mark a box. What the fuck? That was that shit. Or they hit you on your butt when you were in junior high school. They hit you on your butt and then they run. What the fuck are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, y'all can't speak how you feel. Like, physical punching and shit is your language? No, nigga. You gotta... y'all out there thinking that mindset that not every woman wants to be smacked on her ass if she's not in that industry. If I'm not on no fucking pole, don't be hitting my ass like that. I'm saying that, like, when I was in junior high school, being on the pole was not even heard of. That was some white shit. That only time you see people on the pole, that was white folks. Don't get it twisted. I'm sure we was out there, but it ain't like it was when it came out in the fucking 90s. When all these women was out there on the pole. Shit, you didn't know if it was man or woman on the pole. Everybody was on the pole. You know what I mean? I'm saying all this to say that I forgot the point I was making before I got to the little boy hitting me. Let me think. Anyway, I forgot it. Because I went too far off. I'm coming back over into the right lane. Let me slow down a little bit. Going back to the heir to the throne, the chosen one, the star babies, the crystal babies, the black sheep, the what is it? The the not begotten son. What the hell? What is it? The unforgotten, whatever. The prodigal son, all of them. That sibling rivalry is one of those things that's either they were all set to go against you, or they was on the right speed, right tone, right in mindset, righteousness, and got offered a deal they couldn't refuse. So to compete, you went into the NBA, I'm gonna go in and be a doctor. And they competed and competed and competed and competed and competed. There are so many stories out here with people talking about how they had to compete with their own siblings. Brings me back to Tamar. Tamar had to fight all her life because she was the baby. I ain't gonna say all her life. I don't know her like that, but I'm just saying that Color Purple scene. All's my life I had. You know what I mean? That ass energy. A lot of us did, even if we were the youngest, the oldest, the middle, the whatever, because the family saw your light and they didn't want to uh, let you shine because they didn't know where it was going to take you. Because sometimes you being the chosen child and you out there in the spotlight, a lot of danger come to you and the family, and they don't want that smoke. You got to think about it. Sometimes that shit save you when you don't make it into the industry, because if you do some wrong shit, they coming for your family. You know what I mean? So in a sense, you being hidden in the background, Tamar, as a background singer, now you get to shine. And I'm not saying that Tamar, I'm not talking to Tamar, I'm talking to the Tamars, the ones who was the backup singers, the ones who always carried the coats. That was me. The one who never got married, the one who never had children, the one who just was always different. Be like, what's wrong with him? He what? He 49 and don't have no children? Oh, he must be gay. Oh, I heard that all the time. That's the first thing a motherfucker say. If you ain't dating nobody, or if you ain't fucking nobody, and then it's you a certain age, you ain't got no children? Girl, what the hell is wrong with you? Oh, your shit must be fucked up on the inside. You can't have no children. Like, a lot of women had PCOS, and I didn't even know what the hell that was. A lot of women has ovarian, cervix cancer, whatever, cervical cancer. You know what I mean? A lot of that shit is a mindset. And I ain't gonna say a lot of it is. All of it is. It's a mindset. If you accept it for what they tell you it is, then it shall be. I am a living witness. I was told one time I had gout, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh, that's the symptoms you have. And I said, no, the fuck it ain't. And I rebuked that shit and sent it right back to the sender. I didn't know what it was, but I knew I was dealing with something. As soon as I recognized what it was, or what the hell they told me it was, I did what I had to do to get rid of it. I ain't never had no fucking more pain in my feet, ever. I was going through something in my life, and it was a spiritual attack, and I knew that. Listen, these prodigal children that have to come back and prove themselves, that black sheep that you kicked out and didn't want in your house, because they was always doing shit the other way and not with the family. Everybody else doctors, and you want to be a fucking starving artist. What the fuck is wrong with you? You don't want no money from us. You don't want no position. We giving you the goddamn CEO position or the CFO because you handle money good. Nope, I don't want it. You can have a booth at my hair salon. I know you got it. You got the technique. 3333. You had the technique, but they just was using your energy for their purpose. If you would have went with them, they would have sucked all of your energy. That's why you was casted out. That's why you was sent away. That's why you got accepted into the whatever. That's why you had to go to prison. That's why you had, you know what I mean? Like, we all had our own lanes that we went through. But the chosen one that the family chose is not the real chosen one. And that's what everybody is like, got the gas face, because they chose the wrong one. Not that they didn't do their part. They did what they were supposed to do. Toni did her motherfucking job. And she got her credit, and she gonna go down in history if she don't already have her Hall of Fame. But now they saying, oh, you too old to have a baby. Tamar, you too old to come out and dancing like that and singing like that and all. That was shit that was done in the 90s. You know what I mean? I don't know how she's singing now. I'm not a Tamar fan because of how she came out into the scene, but I like her now because now I look back at the older version and saw a little bit of her life. Even though it's on film, I don't know their life, but you can read energy. You know what I mean? The sisters was jealous of her. They was mad because she stood out. Trina wasn't that one that would stand out. She was risky because some of that shit she was wearing, it was very risque. But Tamar just had that oomph. Like they was on Soul Train or they was on one episode or something. The Braxtons did a lot of shows. I think it was one of the BET specials. Not specials, but you know how they had free and no, it was the Ananda girl, Amanda or whatever her fucking name was. It was her and the other guy. I don't know who the other co-hosts were. And the way they would swaying from left to right. Tamar had a nice sway at the age she was 19, 20, 21, however old she was, because she was the youngest. And the Braxtons, they was in the 90s or 2000s or whatever the fuck. And what was I going to say? Oh, she had a nice sway to her. Trina was very stiff like. She was scared, if you will. Like she had it, but she was scared. Tawanda, she wasn't trying to be all that sexy like that. This is just me, my observation. Okay, maybe whatever. They young. They probably just became virgins. Shit, I wasn't. Listen, I wasn't 12 and 13 and 14 and 15 and 16 years, 17, 18, 19 years old when I had my. Listen, we all different, and you could tell who's doing what. And Tamar just had a nice sway about her. She always, like, even if she didn't sing and she sung back up on the whole song, she still fucking stood out. Only because, not because we know her because of who she is now. She just literally stood out back then. So can you imagine your older sister who can get you through the fucking door, but she trying to get through the door the best way she can? We don't know what sacrifices she had to make. You know what I mean? To get through the door. We don't know. So she had her own world to live, and then here come Tamar. She's like, I'm trying. Look, I could sing too. We don't mind holding the coats. We don't mind being the backup singers. We don't mind being the waiters and waitresses. We don't mind being the cameraman. The director, the one behind the scenes. We don't have to have the spotlight. But when it's our turn, you got to move out the fucking way, and that's the problem. The oppressors, the gatekeepers, all the henchmen, everybody that was involved, they know it's your turn. They gotta move. The oppressors gotta move, and they don't want to move. The gatekeepers they've been relieved of duty, and they know it, and they heartbroken because they know their time is up. Man, you did your shift already. Why are you trying to do a 12-hour shift and an overnight shift and a 24-hour shift? Bitch, you need some, excuse me. I look at Three's Company. I like that show. Even though it's a sitcom and I understand the dynamic of it, I just like the show. And when oh fuck, what's her name? Damn, I look at the show all the damn time. Anyway, the one that came on as the nurse. And fuck, what was I saying? Yeah, you need sleep, man. A lot of people have been deprived of rest because they going. They get up, go to work, come home, deal with the children, deal with the husband, deal with the house, deal with a other side job, part-time job, YouTube job, whatever it is that they're doing, and then get in 2-3 hours of sleep and do this day in, day out, day in, day out, day in. A lot of people are running on fumes, and they wondering how your cup is full and overflowing because you ain't doing all that dumb shit. And I'm not saying that it's dumb. Don't get it twisted, okay? A lot of people that's doing all these extra things, maybe you gotta do this at a season and point in your life to get where you gotta get. But when you do this year after year after year after year after year after year, I can see 3 months to 6 months, you gotta bug it out. You know what I mean? You gotta put the grind to the wheel and you gotta do some shit. But you gotta learn to say enough is enough. Trust me, I've been living a life less is more. And when your siblings seeing that you're doing less, and they like, why is they getting everything now and they ain't even doing shit? People are mad at you because you ain't doing shit and still winning. And I don't mean that technically like you ain't doing shit, like you just being a bum. You ain't jumping through Zoom calls and going live all day and business meeting here and setting this up here and functions here, and you got showcases here, award shows here. Like you really that nigga or that woman, that boss. Everybody is desiring your attention because you got this new product now. You remember when these reality shows, whenever the winner would win, like say for instance Big Brother, I did watch it. I didn't know what the hell it was back then, and it was very interesting. And then when I found out who Big Brother was, you know what I mean, it's like, oh, now all this shit makes sense. Everything is scripted, everything is on, everybody is watching everybody. Not everybody's watching everybody, but these fucking phones are watching you. So what I'm saying is you may as well be on Big Brother. But that too Big Brother is the motherfucker that's sitting there watching you, but they forget that there's a higher power that's watching they dumbass. Anyway, every time somebody would win one of these reality shows, say Survivor or some shit, what the fucking first thing they do? Go on ABC or Today or The View or some shit like that, and they talk about their wins. Who gives a fuck? But back then we did, because that was new to us. We didn't know what the hell. This is how we started realizing what life was really about. When you realize that it's all scripted, you'll be like, oh, this is my part. Okay, and they played their part. You know what I mean? Like, you can't get mad at somebody that want to stop fucking with you. Just let it be. Whether it's your sibling, your friend, somebody you just met, your coworker, whatever. If they stop fucking with you, let them go. You might have saw them as a diamond in the rough, the rarest motherfucking thing, but they could have been poison to you in your divine path. You have your own path to walk. You can't walk with somebody that knows where they're going, because you may go somewhere that you don't won't end up where you don't want to fucking be. Because you don't know where they going. It looks good on the outside, but you don't know where they going. So now you're getting scared and you're trying to sabotage them. No, don't go down there. Don't go down that street. Don't, no. Don't. It's dangerous over there. When I first got here and they was telling me, don't go to the Zungo. What the fuck? Man, the Zungo is the hood. That's the, well, in America, it's the projects. It's where real motherfuckers live. You know what I mean? They ain't with that dumb fake shit trying to get everything and floss on everything. You got something riding through there doing that. But how you gonna tell me don't go to the Zungo when that's who I am? I am the Zungo. You see what I'm saying? You can't be afraid of you. You gotta know who you are. And now that you know who you are, your siblings are mad. Because they couldn't stop you. They had so many chances to take you out. And they mad because they didn't get that last chance, and they never will. You got to keep going, baby. This life is not given to the swift and the strong, but to those who endure to the end. It really is. That's how I always live my life. People used to always try to rush me. Motherfucker, stop rushing me. Shit, I'm coming. And then I realized that's a trait of a Taurus. We don't like to be rushed. The fuck? When I get there, that's when I get there. If you don't want to fucking wait, then go. Leave. I had many a times where I got left because I was taking too long. And I know what to do. I can either catch me another ride, get on the bus, drive myself, or don't fucking go and do what I was going to do anyway. You know what I mean? We can't be in our feelings because somebody treating us a certain way. That's them. When I cuss people out, they stupid ass out. That's me showing myself to they stupid ass. But they probably looking at me like you a deranged, crazy individual. I bet you won't fuck with me no more. I bet you that much. Or if you do, then come over here and get that smoke. Literally. People are so afraid to be them cussing folks out when people do stupid shit, dumb shit. You can be right in church, had a powerful ceremony. I mean, what is not ceremony? Well, fuck it. It is what it is. Um, and this person just shouted and flipped and jumped and sang and did everything, tore the house down. And then as soon as they get outside, they smoking a cigarette. What the fuck? I thought we supposed to be Christians. I thought we weren't supposed to do that. At least wait till you get home or in a car. You know who smokes cigarettes because soon as you get in their car smell like cigarettes. You can't hide it. Even though you went to church, we did the best we could because we thought we had to be perfect. No, you don't have to be perfect. I'm here to tell you that. Stop being perfect and be you. I like that. That's the name of this. Stop being perfect and be you.